Hello farmers and welcome back to American Falls. I'm finally finishing up all the corn harvesting. I thought I got myself a really big corn header, in which I did. But not long after finishing up last episode, I had to pay an extra hourly rate, so that was additional like $4,000. And not long ago, well, I shouldn't say not long ago, I'm in a contract field, by the way. On that side of the field over there, I had to pay another hourly rate. So, been harvesting corn for over 2 hours in this thing. Actually, according to the hour meter, I would say 2.5 hours we've been harvesting for. I should have one more load of corn to bring over to complete the contract, of course, after I finish harvesting this. Each trailer load I bring over is 25%. So I brought over 3 loads, so the next one should complete the entire contract, and I'll get paid $15,000, which is great because I'll get us up to about $90,000, and I'm really hoping to get up to $130,000 pretty darn soon, so we can buy the BGA and we can start throwing the silage in, the pig manure, the pig slurry will need to go in as well, all that, so we can start bringing in the money. I've been looking at what I should be doing with my money after the BGA. A few things we gotta look at is we're going to get ourselves a low loader, and that way we can transport around, of course, the straw bales that we currently have made. We'll be able to transport our pallets in wool and, of course, flour. We don't have flour this year, but in the long run we will. So that'd be a good purchase. Mowers would not be bad. We're spending about $4,000 each time I lease the mowers, and we mow the grass 3 times a year, so that's $12,000 in leasing fees I'm paying for the mower. So to be able to buy those would be nice. And let's see, there was something else I was thinking about buying, and now I completely slipped my mind what it was. Maybe a corn header. Maybe that's it. I have no idea. But those are the 2 main things I was looking at: a autoloader to move some stuff around, and of course some mowers as well. There was 3 things. The third one will come to my mind later on. It's just slipping my mind. Oh yeah, never mind. I need a tanker to transport the slurry for the pigs. So that would probably, the mowers would be last on that list, because I won't be mowing grass again until April, I think it is. That's the next time my grass field will be ready. I did get all the grass picked up off our grass field. That is all in the fermenting silo at the pig farm. That will slowly get fermented on over until that is full. And that is going to be full pretty darn soon. That's why I want to get the BGA up and going. And the reason why the BGA, well, we should make more money from our silage, and of course we'll have pig manure and the slurry. It's better to, convert that over to electricity, methane, and digestate, rather than just selling it direct, or I would say even fertilizing our fields. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to be just under the 3 hours. If I'm just going by the combine hours. I think we got the header with 0.7 hours on it. So right now we're at 0.4. So if I got to 0.7 hours again, I would have to pay another $4,000 in leasing fees for the corn header. But we are done. And the more and more I've been harvesting the corn, I'm liking this corn texture on this map. Again, I mentioned last episode, but I don't remember who did the corn texture for Lancy Boy in the map. But it will say in the description of the mod. But I just love how the corn texture is. I love how the field looks after you harvest it as well. I do realize, or I have noticed, that the only time you can see where the combine has been, but it only does it when it's harvesting, I do believe. So if I turn it off, now I'm not leaving the marks. So that's kind of interesting. Well, I'm a little concerned if I'm going to have enough corn to complete this contract. As I mentioned, let's run into the back of the trailer. That's what you want to do. Luckily, we're done with the corn header. But yeah, each trailer load I bring over is 25%, and 3 combine loads is a full trailer. And I don't have a full combine load, and that's not going to top off the trailer. So I'm hoping there's some leniency there when I deliver this corn. Does it tell you on the hourly, when I lease something, does it tell you how many hours I've had it for? 2.7 hours I've been harvesting corn. Didn't think it was going to take me that long, but there it is, 2.7 hours. I'm pretty sure I'm done with it. Let me just double check here. Yeah, I just logged back in, had to go do something, came back in, I kind of lost my train of thought when I was harvesting the corn. Yeah, this field is donezo. Should be donezo. That's done. Cornfield 1, cornfield 2, cornfield 3, cornfield 4 is done. and the contract field is done. Let's go ahead and return that before I forget. Return that, yes. Perfect. All right, and then we'll fold up the combine. I'll leave the combine here for now. So hopefully after I complete this contract, now this field will need to be plowed, so hopefully we can get a contract for that. If not, well, eventually it might get re-drilled. And then after that, well, it'll need to be fertilized. So we need 130,000. We're sitting at 75. This contract actually is pretty close to 16,000. What we'll get paid on it. Actually, you know what? I think I can go over a bridge. There's a bridge over here I can cut across. So another thing I tried doing when I was harvesting this field, I got myself a worker to drive this over to the drop-off point. The problem I had with that, I mean, the workers started to go, but they kept stopping because they were getting blocked, and they were getting blocked by AI traffic. They weren't, the worker in the tractor hauling the grain was not over the center line, and neither was the oncoming traffic, but they both stopped for each other, and it kept saying blocked by an object. So getting a worker to deliver across the map, a little problematic, but you know what? It's all good. All right, let's go deliver this, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this will complete the contract, because every time I brought over 3 loads, and every time it's been 25%. So I went from 25% delivered, 50% delivered. I think the last load, though, got me up to 76% delivered. All right, I don't really see any traffic coming. Let's just zip on out of here. We're on the main road. Let's put on our beacons. Yeah, I was basically down this road where, yeah, my tractor was like, when I got to my worker, they were sitting like right about, you know, that kind of close to the center line. And the oncoming traffic was stopped as well, and it just said, workers blocked by an object. Yeah. So hiring workers to drive across the map, maybe in the future I'll just have to realize either turn traffic off or do it myself. All right, I'm going to try to be careful in delivering this corn, because if it does complete the contract, I want the extra corn to go into our silo for the pigs, for the oinkers. We want all the extra food. I'll show you, before we put this into the silo, I'll show you how much we got currently in the silo, and we can see how much we harvested off our fields. Well, we weren't all the way low on corn, but you'll see, you know, a good amount of corn in there, of course. I mean, 4 cornfields harvesting at a decent rate. All right, moment of truth. If this does not complete the contract, then I'll have to add the corn in, I guess, to complete it. We had to do that once before in this map. I think it was the canola field that we fell short on doing a harvesting contract. So I'll watch the upper right-hand corner, because I really don't want to sell any. Probably not the best time of the year to sell corn either, because, well, it's harvesting season for corn. So usually that's the lowest price when you're harvesting it, right? That's the way it works out. All right, trailer is starting to get kind of on the low side. Come on, somewhere right here, complete the contract. 99% completed. Well, I'm not going to get any extra corn off this, and that's okay. So let me just go and show you before I forget how much corn we got in storage. 325,000 liters. So we got a good amount of corn. I think we're going to be all set for a little bit. Let me go in here, and to complete the contract, I guess I'll have to add some corn myself. Yeah, we'll just fill it on up. Probably won't take too much here. There we go. Alright, now we'll just go ahead and empty that out. Just to complete the contract. Contract better be complete completely, because there's no more corn left in that field. What am I looking for? Wait, why does that say active? What am I missing here? I have no idea. There's no other place to harvest. Why is the contract... I still see people every once in a while talking about harvesting contracts and Farming Simulator on some maps. And I think this is the second time I've done a harvesting contract where it's not... I mean, it's not even close. We delivered all the corn, right? Let me just... I'll just add a little bit more in. I may get a little bit of money for this, but... Yeah, money goes up right away. So we delivered all the corn, but I can't harvest anymore. All right, so how much is that contract worth? I guess we'll have to fudge around that a little bit. We'll just say 15,800. So I guess I'll have to cancel this one. Fail. Yeah, well, whatever. Luckily, Easy Developer Mod is going to help me out here. Let's go up to here. Add money, 15,800. There we go. Contract complete. So, I think that's now the second contract I failed on this map. I think both were because I don't know. I have no idea what's going on there. But either way, that does get us up to $92,077. 40,000 shy of getting us what we need to buy the BGA. Actually, I was just on the contract page. I probably should have looked to see if any contracts have come up because it's been a while since I looked. Let's go ahead and get this back into the farm. And then I guess what I'll do is I'll go grab the combine and start driving that back. No sense leaving it parked over there because it has no header over there. So if a contract does come up, I got to either come back to this farm to get our header, or I'm definitely not going to lease the corn header again. But I don't think I'm going to be doing any more harvesting contracts. There are some good contracts there, but of course those are for sugarcane, sugar beet. And if I had the Mark Thor root crop harvester in our possession, I would probably lease the header for either one and get those contracts done because that would help us out greatly. While we're here, okay, a few things to check on. Like I said, contracts, cultivating, yeah. So corn, cotton can't do, sugar cane, small corn, sugar cane, or sorry, sugar beet, sugar cane, and a small sowing job. So nothing there I would like to do. Let's see, how are the animals looking? The sheep should be fine for another month, even on water as well. The pigs, yeah, they're getting full and slurry. They got plenty of food. Daily food, 11,000. We got enough in there for a little while. And the ducks looks like they're fed as well. So it looks like the animals are good for the rest of the month. So I'm going to go grab the combine. Oh yeah, because the contract failed. It goes back to the previous state from... I was like, wait, there's corn here again. All right, so field number 2 could be a problem for doing contracts in the future. Anyways, I'm going to bring the combine back. I'm going to speed up time to see if the contracts come up. Hopefully a couple of good ones, and maybe we can start working our way a little bit closer to getting ourselves that BGA. I think I'm getting way too used to the traffic on the hills of Tuscany. When they get to an intersection, they kind of crawl through it. People in American Falls tend to just kind of zoom around the corner just a little bit quicker. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and no contracts of interest have come up. Actually, no contracts at all. New ones have popped up. But we got the combine back to the farm. So we'll park that up. And I think we're just going to go on into the month of November, where we got some work to do. I want to plant a wheat field. And I really could have done it in this month here if I slowed down time, but we can still plant wheat in November on this map, if I'm correct. Yes, we can. So we'll have another wheat field to do, and I'll give you some work, and maybe some contracts will come up. Let me just double check on the contracts here. Anything interesting? No, nothing that's purely interesting. I'm not even going to bother looking at the store page because that does get me in trouble. I need the BGA first, and I'm just going to focus on that now. And the money that we get from the BGA will get us the other things that we need. Go to sleep until 6 a.m. It's going to be dark, but I'm just checking on contracts. And once I can see what we got for contracts at 6 a.m., then we can fast forward. I got to plow the field, and then, of course, we need to plant it, of course. Let's get in, check on here. Cultivate, fertilize field number 6 for 3,000. It's decent, but nothing too exciting. Weeding, and more weeding. Field number 2, well, there's that contract. I'm not going to do it because, no. How much would it be to lease everything? Wow. Okay, that's not too bad, but I'm pretty sure my corn header was a lot bigger. Everything else, not really good here. Do I want to take on a fertilizing contract for 3,000? Yeah, I'm going to bypass on that. All right, let me fast forward time until 8 o'clock in the morning. maybe that cornfield will get harvested and they'll request a, for the field to be plowed and whatnot. Don't know what time the sun's going to appear in November, like 7:38? 8 o'clock? Maybe 8 o'clock? Wait, here it comes. It's coming around the corner. Up over the hill. All right, we'll actually go until it's a little bit brighter. How about 9 o'clock? Let's just go to 9 o'clock. Yeah, we'll push it. There we go. Go back to regular time and just double check on here. Yep, fertilizing job is gone. Harvesting job is still there. All right, so fingers crossed. Some of these jobs will turn into, the sugar beet field, the corn fields, they all need to be plowed. And speaking of that, let's go ahead and jump into our Landini. And we're going to go plow the field just right across the road here. And then we'll grab the fent. And then we'll grab our drill and throw in the wheat. Wait, I probably should double check. Just to make sure. Where are we here? Over here. Is the soil out of date? No, it's not. It's looking good. All right, so we don't have to do any soil sampling. Yeah, after this month here, it's going to be hard to get contracts throughout the winter, which would kind of suck. We're close, but we're not. 40,000 seems like it's far off. But if I get some of those big fields, what's in the big fields? What kind of crops are there? Can I expect anything from them? Let's see here. It doesn't see... Whoop, wrong fields. Oh, so there's a crop there. And is that... That looks like barley. Is it? No, it's not barley. Is it wheat? It's wheat. Okay, so that one could be, they could, want that fertilized. Field number 1, oh, that's popular. That's probably not going to be asked to be fertilized. All right, well, just got to wait for those contracts to come up, if at all. But our cornfields here need to be plowed. So all 4 need to be plowed. The other ones I can, we can get it done next March if we want to. Now the question is, how much corn am I going to go through the winter? That's when I'll decide next year how many cornfields to plant. As someone has calculated, we need roughly about 300,000 liters of, to feed a full pen of pigs. But that's just not corn. That also includes the wheat that we have as well. So we got, enough, it seems like, but maybe not enough. It's hard to tell. Our pen isn't quite full yet. Although maybe we got some pigs overnight. That could have happened. I don't know. We'll just scooch on down through here. It's not going to take me too long to get this plowed, and then, like I said, we'll come in with a fent and throw in the wheat. And that shouldn't take us too long either, with our nice 12-meter wide Avatar direct drill. So actually, I was kind of expecting a little bit more corn off of all 4 fields. But, you get to what you get. And I just got to keep remembering, I keep, thinking that the fields are decent size, but that one field over there, that's relatively a small-ish field. Alright, and I'm just going to go over this way. Kind of plowing in a weird pattern here. But you know what? As long as I just go over parts that need to be plowed, that means the job is getting done. I still trying to figure out that lower field in the further south that's got the wavy parts in it for water runoffs. I'm trying to figure out if I want to plow that in and just soil sampling doesn't cost that much, and then the lime doesn't cost that much either. So it might be worth to get that done. So maybe when I go down to plow it, we'll go ahead and do that. Just because I think getting the extra crop in, I'll get my money back in the soil sampling and lime spreading all together. At least it's a nice, beautiful November morning that we get to come out into the field and get the work done. But I was kind of hoping for some good contracts first thing in the morning. Now, I could get some money from the straw bales. The problem is, I was kind of holding off on that until I could buy the low loader. And I'm going to be buying a low loader that will be hauled by a truck. But for the meantime, what we'll have to do is also buy the dolly because we don't have a truck. But I was looking at the low loaders, looking at my options, and I wasn't too thrilled overall with articulated dollies or articulated trailers, and they weren't on the decent size. They would hold a decent amount. We've used them already here in American Falls. And I'm like, yeah, but for the price, I might as well go ahead and get the one for the truck and then just spend the extra $9,000 for the dolly. And then when we ever do get ourselves a truck, we can always, you know, trade back in or sell in the dolly. Dolly's like $9 grand. But it all pins on, you know, getting that BGA up and going once we get it. So, no stones here in American Falls, so that's why we're not seeing any. That is the only thing I got turned off is stones. Here we do have weeds and everything else. And how can you miss that little piece there? Explain that to me. All right, we got it. All right, let's get this field plowed, and then, like I said, we'll grab the fent, and we'll throw in the wheat.
We got our windows down, driving down the 405, sing along to the radio. We're gonna make it someday, nothing's gonna get in our way. We will be the biggest band in town. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night. I'm gonna quit my job, never wanna have no boss. I just wanna play my rock and roll like they do on the radio. Tommy's got brand new drums, and I still have my old guitar. And John said this next song's gonna be real good, if you know what I mean. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's
Seems to be every time I work in this field, no matter what implement I use, for the most part, I always end up with a small row like that I gotta take care of. But it'll get taken care of, and we'll come in here and, like I said, plant the wheat. Didn't take me too long to get this plowed up. Yeah, the whole time I was actually plowing this field, I've been thinking about the Avatar drill that we purchased. I say we, I include you, I made the purchase. I probably should have went with the planter first because it seems like we need more corn than we do the cereal crop. Yeah, have I done like what, 1 or 2 fields with that Avatar? I mean, it's a good drill. I mean, I love the drill. It does exactly everything we need it to. But I think I would have got more money out of a planter at this point. But it's the early stages. As we move on, yeah, we'll have a few more fields in the future. And as we kind of see, 4 fields that we have planted for corn, that is enough for the pigs, I would think, for a year. So any additional fields we get, I can plant cereal crop in and, of course, get that down to the grain mill to make flour. And the only problem with a small strip like this to plow, the tractor is not getting good traction. It does when it's on the part that has been plowed, but the part that has been plowed, you can see the right side rear tire is spinning a lot faster than the left side. It's not getting good traction on the loose soil. But we are just about done with the first field. Got a whole bunch of fields to plow up. Alright, so for now I'm going to bring this back to the farm. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to go and grab the small grain trailer that we have. And we're going to go ahead and feed the birds. I'm just going to take a quick look at the pigs, though, on the way through here. Because something tells me, was it November that we were going to get more pigs? We were like 100-something. 123 currently, so I think that's higher than before. Not a whole lot higher, but it is higher. So that pig is worth 372. I don't know what is the good price for a pig. Oh, that's the animal dealer. I'm looking at the wrong side. I should be over here. 636. All right. Those are starting to look like some pretty decent numbers. Once we get a full pen, then I'll kind of do like I did on Oceanside Forest. You know, sell all the adult males except for one. The more females you have, the more offspring you're going to get. The males, we just need one. That's all we need. So currently we're up to 123. Yep, and the manure is starting to pile up. Yeah, I'm going to feed the birds. So let me go ahead and just go ahead and, yeah, let's go put this plow away. I'm trying to gather my thoughts of what order I want to do things in, and my mind's just racing everywhere. But it's all leading to one spot, the BGA. I just want that so bad, so we can bring the silage in and start making more money off of it. How much wheat do we have in the trailer? Oh, I must have filled it up. Perfect. Is this full? Not yet. It's not quite full. So that's good. That's still running. Really spin around here. And once I grab the Fent, I'll just have a double check on contracts to see if anything's come up. Oh yeah, the eggs should be sold this month as well, but the only way I could really transport them right now is to use the front loader on the Vultra, and I would be able to take, well, I guess I could stack them. How much are the eggs currently worth? It's not going to be worth 40,000. No, that's course play. That's something we want. Eggs. We got $8,000 worth of eggs. That's not bad. Johnson's Market. I have no idea where Johnson's Market is. Tag place. Johnson's Market. It's usually down here in this corner somewhere, right? Or not. It's not any of those. Shouldn't it be blinking on this? Oh, of course. Way down at the other... Oh, yeah, we did go down there before for something. Don't remember what. How many pallets do we have? I bet you if I put the weight on the back of the Vultra and we stack the egg pallets, we can carry all those down and sell those. The price is dropping, though. So I probably should go ahead and do that first. Because that'll get us up to 100,000. That means we need just another 30,000 if I don't spend money elsewhere in the meantime. Careful with this small trailer. They turn rather quick. All right, we'll leave that there. Contracts. Cultivating. Not big enough jobs. Harvesting jobs I'm going to look at, and weeding jobs. Nope, we don't want any of that. Yeah, still got the narrow tires on here. Alright, let me just drop off the fertilizer spreader. Oh, the other thing I remembered now, because it's been a couple days since I was doing a lot of corn harvesting, like the field we just plowed, that's going to need some lime. But luckily, with precision farming, you can put lime down anytime except for when it's ready for harvest. So we can get to that, you know, during the winter months, whenever. All right, that weight in the back. I mean, how heavy are eggs? I don't know. One egg in your hand hardly weighs anything, but we got 4.5 pallets worth of eggs over here. This could be a little bit of a struggle for me to get these on top of one another, but we'll try our best. That tree there is not helping, and they're really not lined up the best. Let me get myself kind of squared up with these pallets at best. Actually, you know what? Let me grab this one over here first. All right, now I want to put this one on the full one. Watch out for the well behind you. Actually, let me scroll in a little bit. You know when you're at the supermarket and you find some crushed eggs? Yeah, they're from my farm, basically. Although that went relatively smooth. If I turn a little bit, that... Oh, come on. You should have been in both. All right, we got them. Will they last on there? That is the question. $8,000 worth. Plus whatever score we get. Oh, they are a little bit heavy. That weight just barely is keeping the rear wheels down a little bit. So when I hit the brakes, tractor's going to go forward. Yeah, steering is a little off. If I actually stacked them again on top of one another, the weight would be more towards the center of gravity on the tractor. Wouldn't be, probably would be almost just right. This isn't bad as long as I take it easy, but every time, you know, when I say that, we don't know what happens. I try to go, you know, 100 miles an hour when I shouldn't. And that's when disasters do happen. I didn't even hit the brakes there. I just let off the throttle and it leaned forward. But so far, so good. I think I'll just shoot straight on down through here because going straight, I can go under the train tracks. Because knowing my luck, if I turn left up here and got down to the other main road that cuts across, the train would come. Or that would be the first time where the train comes through before the barriers go down and I get T-boned. Well, let's see if I get down to Johnson's store. Uh-oh. You saw nothing. Why would you fall off? And why is the other one... Why did those fall off? I don't know. They're fine. They're just eggs. Seem to be a good amount of cornfields around here, actually. So far, so good by replace... Well, I just threw the eggs on top. But the center of gravity closer to the tractor, as I mentioned before, is working out well. Apparently, the drivers here don't care if you got your beacons on. They really don't like to give you the room. But we can see right where we need to go, straight ahead. So the birds slowly paying for themselves. They weren't that expensive. I don't think it was even like $1,000 to $2,000 we spent to buy the birds. Of course, we are feeding them grain, but not that much. Just taking the corners slowly. I don't want them sliding off anywhere. They're thinking about it. All right, so 8,000 change plus our bonus score. So we should get over $100,000 in the bank account from all these eggs. All right, not too bad. Not too bad. Almost $10,000 in eggs. So we just need $30,000 more. All right. Now the drive back to the farm will be a little bit easier. I'll see you when we get back, and we'll, I suppose, grab the Fendt as long as no contracts come up. Another thing that would have helped me, I can't remember if I purchased them or not, though, for this tractor, is the wide tires with weights. Usually I get that right off to start when I purchased a tractor. So wide tires with weights on it, that would have helped me out from tipping forward a little bit. Something to try to remember for next time. Alright, thank you Valtra for that. Quick 10 grand in the bank account. Yeah, I'll just keep checking it because you never know when you play 1 day per month what contract's going to come up. Now, cultivating jobs, I mean, I could, you know, that's 1,300. I would lose off that, so 5,000, 8. That's like $10,000 worth of cultivating contracts I could do. Ooh, wait a minute. Hello. Didn't see you sitting there for a few moments. Field number 39. Well, there's one good part of income coming in. 16,000. Of course, I will be. Ooh, in a plowing job. Oh yeah. Accept. Field number 25. Okay, I know where that is. All right, so maybe we'll get this stuff set up. So maybe I'll hold off on the drilling just for now, because getting these contracts done may get me that BGA. So field number 25, that's like right across from the store on the north end. So I'm going to go ahead and get this tractor down there. We're good on fuel. Repair it could use, but I'm saving all the pennies. Let's see, we need just about 30,000, and these two contracts will put me over 30,000, correct? It's borderline. It's borderline. If I don't have to buy any fertilizer, we will. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this tractor on the job, and I'll grab the Valtra, swap out the weight, grab the spreader, and we'll fertilize field number 39. Hold off on the drilling for now. Well, good news on the spreader. It had a good amount of fertilizer in it, so I didn't have to add any. We were about maybe 3/4 full. And I am getting pretty close to being done fertilizing this field. The worker in field number 25, last I saw they were about 45% done. Was the notification I got, so we'll have to go over there and finish that up ourselves. But we'll save ourselves on a little bit on a worker. And fingers crossed, yeah, it's like 130,500 that we need to buy the BGA. It's going to be very, very close. Now, if you're wondering, well, now you're going to have no money after you buy that. Not a problem, because as I mentioned, we got silage, manure that we can bring down to the BGA. That'll get processed into electricity, methane, which should get sold directly. And we also get a byproduct of digestate, which I have not checked yet to see if there's a sell point for digestate on the map. I'm sure there must be one somewhere. If not, we can put down a sell point for it. I don't plan on using it to fertilize our fields. As we have found out previously with precision farming, putting down digestate, I guess it'd be best maybe on a grass field. Oh, contract done. Let's turn that off. On a grass field, it may work out somewhat well, but overall, not worth putting into a field, because with precision farming, you really need a fertilizer level to know the state of the field, what crop is in it. Anyways, let's go ahead and collect on this contract here. Yep, 16,393. Collect on that. Thank you. Just take a quick look while we're at it. So almost 14,000. Yeah, we should have it. I'm going to leave this right here. This farmer's not going to mind, I hope. And we're going to jump over and help out in field number 25. Are they still doing the headlands? I only asked you to do 2 headlands. You're still doing it, but I guess that's 45% of the field. Looks like a lot more left than that to me. So this was a sugar beet field. So let me go ahead and dismiss the worker. Well, I thought it was going to be a lot less than that showing when it said, you know, about 50% done. But you know what? It's something that's done. So I am going to get working on this. I'll see you probably in like 20 minutes or so. And hopefully this contract will be done. We just need about 12,000. This contract pays pretty close to 14. And that should do it. We should be really close in finishing up this contract job for plowing field number 25. Just keeping my eye on the money. Hopefully no expenses come up. I don't know what will, but I just feel like something's going to pop up some announced fee that I never heard of before. Yep, we should be fine. Oh, there we go. Contract field number 25 done. I've had enough plowing for one episode. Luckily, you guys didn't have to watch me do the rest of this, but that's all good, because what this means is, or it should mean, collect on that. Thank you very much. 133,099. Let's go buy that now before something happens here. Farmland, BGA, which is right here, 130,344. Let's go ahead and buy that. Perfect. And now that we own that, we should see down here, there we go, silage, slurry, manure. All those we won't have. Sugar beet, let's go ahead and deactivate that. We don't have any sugar beet. Slurry, I'll deactivate that. Won't have that for a while. So we can see here, looks like it's going to process it pretty darn quick. Actually, the silage, 8,000, we'll just say 8,500 liters per cycle. And there's one cycle per hour as it goes. So that's going to get through the material really, really quick. And that makes electricity, methane, and of course digestate. Doesn't really show the numbers there too well of how it plays out. But we'll figure it out as we go along. As you can see, outgoing products, we do not see electricity or methane here. So every time that's produced, that should get sold directly by the hour, I would assume. Digestate, we can go ahead and sell that. The question is, on this map here, digestate. Where is the digestate? Have I gone past it already? There it is. We buy anything. So there is a sell point for it. Not worth a whole lot, as we can see. What's the best price for? Well, yeah, 28 to 36. Not much of a difference there. But we own the BGA, so hooray. So, yeah, next episode, I think the first thing we'll probably do is actually grab the Fent, and we'll start taking some silage out of our silage fermenting silo so that I can keep on producing, which it currently is, but we got plenty of grass in there. And that way we get the BGA up and running pronto. I can even bring the manure over as well, and then we can get to planting field number whatever it is that we plowed. I don't know, you know what field it is. But we'll get planting some wheat in that field, which is field number 40. We'll throw some wheat in there and the BGA will be running. As for the slurry, that's the first thing I'll probably buy is a slurry. Because if we look at the animals, which are down here, and the pigs, actually we are full on slurry. So that needs to be taken out of there. I actually think I got to where I have to buy, I may have to buy a pipe for that. Because I did activate it for the series, I think. If I go down to miscellaneous, is that in here? Yeah, slurry hoses, manure system. We have to hook up a pipe to the manure system and to the tanker. Hopefully that works out well for us. We shall see how that works, 3 meter, 5 meter. So I'll have to buy one of these hoses and hook up to a slurry tanker and then bring the slurry over. But we'll get to that at some point. Maybe next episode, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, the BGA is ours, and I need to bring my tractors back to the farm and get them off these farmers' fields. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in American Falls. But until then, have a good one.